There we go. We are live. How's it going, everybody? Want to say hello and thank you all for joining us here tonight at the Touching You Talk Show, hosted by the great Eldris Sheila Black. Want to give her a big shout out again for allowing us to use her platform to just connect and share some of our life experiences. And just to, again, come together here as brothers and share some good insight and have some good conversation. Um, First and foremost, I want to introduce myself. My name is Calvin Henson. I am from Dallas, Texas. I'm a IT smart home automations company, and I work as a project manager. Um, I got my brothers here. These my dogs. I got my eldest brother, brother Jeremy Williams. Just give him
Yes,
a quick
sir.
hey. Yeah. I'm gonna try to
How
introduce
y'all
yourself.
doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing?
Then I got
Jeremy Williams. You know, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna let you introduce yourself in a sec. Then I also got my boy here, Miles Mwamba. That's my man. It's been knowing him since seventh grade. We've been locked in ever since. Yeah. Um, but now I just want to allow my brothers to go ahead and introduce yourself. You go ahead and pop it off, Jeremy.
Sure. My name is Jeremy Williams. 37 years old. I'm proud to say that. Uh, Work for the great Train Technologies Company. Those of you who know us, we handle all of your air conditioning needs in this world. We are number one in the world in air conditioning. So I'm a lead sales analyst. So I am your guy. If you need something to you, I can get it to you. No hassles, no problems. Happy to be here. Happy to join my brothers on this call, and we're gonna get down to some nitty gritty tonight.
That's right. Go ahead, brother Miles.
So it is your boy Miles Wamba Senior. I want to throw in a senior because I had to pay to get that change, so everybody gonna have to see that from now on.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if I had to pay for it, y'all gonna have to see it. So just get used to it. But I don't have cool titles like these guys. Just a digital video and social media associate for ESPN. So I just get to do some cool things, post some cool things around sports. Been sports fanatic, as Calvin mentioned. It's funny that he mentioned we've been locked in since seventh grade because the proof is in a little photo that we got from playing ball then. So, been sports since can remember.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was just an easy tie-in, and I'm glad to be here as well. Sitting like everybody has said with my brothers. I've been knowing these two for a very long time. So when Calvin asked me to come on and do this, it was a no-brainer. So
Man. Thank you, brothers, again for joining us here tonight. So, we're gonna go ahead and get diving in here again. Our topic is coming from boys to men. We got a few questions that we're just gonna ask, and we're gonna, just kind of go with the flow with the topics and answer some questions. Kind of gonna roll into it very easy. But then we're gonna get to the nitty gritty. So, first question here is again with our topic being coming from boys to men. My first question is, what did you want to be when you were growing up, and how do you think that aligns with
Mm,
what you do now, and or if you think it aligns at all?
So I'll start. Me growing up, I always wanted to be a professional athlete.
Mhm.
So everything I did was sports related. I'm still a sports fanatic too, but I don't have the luxury to work for ESPN like some people. Uh, So I've always been a sports fanatic, but I've always loved people.
Mhm.
So just being able to serve people has always been my gift. So um, I kind of see myself in a sense doing some of the things that I enjoy. Um, it's not always what you want to be. You don't always get to be what you want to be, but the attributes that you want to have in your job, I think that if you have those attributes in your job, it makes a difference for you. So no, I'm not what I want to be, but I think the attributes that I wanted to have when I have a job, I do show those every day on my job.
Yeah, that's real.
So I feel like, piggybacking off of that, just like any young kid want to be a professional athlete as well. Like I had, everybody has their plan of what they want to do, what they want to be with their life when they're younger. And
Hmm.
my plan was, to go play college ball, then play professional ball, and then eventually landing journalism
Hmm.
because I love writing and I love like watching ESPN and things of that nature. So when college thing didn't really work out for me, it was a smooth transition to focus on sports journalism and things of that nature. So what I'm doing now, working in social media, is kind of adjacent. It's not technically what I want to do. I'm not gonna lie. I'm I know a lot of people in the industry that do like beat writing and stuff like that. That's really what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a beat writer for a paper and everything
Hmm.
like that, like really old school with it. And I was about to say, like I said, it's not what I'm doing now, but I also would say that when I was younger, I was very into YouTube and social media and things of that nature. So I always thought about, like, it's so funny now, like the podcasting like
Mhm.
platform and everything like that, like the pivot and things of that nature. Like I was like, I want to do a show like that when I grow up, where it's like you talk about sports, culture,
Yeah.
politics, everything, like just a big mush. And it's like,
Yeah.
I'm not there yet, but I do think that is still very much so in down the line for me. But
Yeah.
yeah, I would say, am I doing what I want to do? No, but am I working in the field? Yes. So it's just give or take what you can get out of it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's real. I guess I should give my spiel too, right? I had hoop dreams when I was younger. I wanted to be in the NBA. Plans just didn't work out that way. God had other plans. I ended up not growing as tall as I thought I was going to grow. Um, and
Like,
I happened to just be faster than a lot of people. So it went from basketball to track and field, and I was doing my thing in track, but um, it kind of actually segues into my next question of that aha moment, where it's like, wow, okay, um, my plan is actually kind of being adjusted, but at the same time, I think with with what my plan was, again, to be a professional athlete, I had my aha moment when I went to college, and I was working for the recreation center, and that kind of gave me still the ability to be doing things with athletics, with track and field, or even if it was like football or basketball, whatever it was. But my manager at the time saw something in me, and he made me the facilities manager, which was the highest position that an undergrad student could have. Yeah, Miles
I
know.
remember that. I remember that. I remember that.
And it at that moment was my aha moment. I was like, okay, maybe I'm not going to be an athlete or whatever the rest of my life, but I've always been sort of a natural leader. Um, I've always kind of managed in a sense, and so when I was presented that opportunity, that was my aha moment. It clicked like instantly, and where I think my knack of going to hit the gym for like gaining physical muscle or physical strength, it now adjusted my life into gaining mental strength. I started trying to learn
Mm.
people, how to manage people. Yeah, instead of going to the gym or going to the court, I was going to the career fairs all day and all night, and things like that. So, did you guys have that aha moment where maybe you felt like it was an adjustment that you needed to make to kind of curveball you, or did you have an aha moment where it was kind of like, I didn't know this all along?
I was about to say I could definitely start this one off. So I
Go
would
ahead. Go
say
ahead. Go ahead.
I would say I had two moments that, like, to this day literally define like who I am as a person and what I've done, accomplished, things of that nature. So first one, I would say college. I was still pursuing the hoop dreams. Didn't think I got a fair shake in high school. I know I can play, everything like that. The guys I'm playing with, they know I can play. So I'm like, all right, cool. Like I'm gonna pursue this thing. I'm gonna do this thing. And then I actually sent like my tape and an email to like hundreds of coaches trying to, like, get on the team or whatever. And I got a response, and I went and tried out, and they wanted me.
Hmm.
And I was like, okay, like, here's my shot. Do I want to take it, or do I want to go down my other path of not least resistance, of more so what I'm gonna be doing for the future? Because again, Miles, what do you want to do with your life? Like,
Yeah.
yes, you can go to this junior college and play basketball, hopefully get a scholarship to a university, and then go on and pursue things of that nature, or you can just pivot and focus on the rest of your life.
Right. Right.
So in that moment, I probably say I was 19, 20, maybe somewhere in there. I made that decision of like, hey, what, like, because again, I asked myself, like, are you gonna go overseas and play ball? Like, what is your end game in basketball? And so it didn't outweigh the just pursuing the rest of my life. So I'd say that was step one, because again, I had to. had to step away from the game on my terms in that moment. And I was just like, man, you know. So, and then secondly, I'd say I was working at UNT and I was talking to I worked at UNT Rec. Everybody knows that, in the murals and in the rec center. And I was talking to one of my coworkers, and we were talking about same subject, like, hey, what do you want to do in life? What are you gonna do? And I'm telling him, and he's like, oh, that's cool, but like, how you gonna get there? And I was like, oh snap, you on the song. I probably should get on that. And so then from there, I joined orgs on campus, and then from there, it just all started rolling and clicking and everything like that. So I would probably say those are two biggest like pivots and like situations where I had to have like you said, aha moments where it's just like the light bulb went off, like, oh shoot, like focus up.
Right, yeah. Really?
Yeah. It's amazing how we both had our aha moment on the campus of UNC.
Yeah.
So I'm a fellow mean greener. I'm a fellow mean greener. But sitting in West Hall,
Mhm.
just the realization that hey, I'm not the best one anymore. You know what I'm saying? I've been the best in this, I've been the best in that. Do I really want to put in all of this extra work just to try to make myself relevant in this? Or I'm good with people. Everybody, I talk to people. I can relate to people. I can give people information. And I was forced into a job on campus my freshman year, and I was selling. I was in sales, so it was, hey, I've got to approach people. I've got to, get these people, to open up to me, and it just became something I was comfortable with. So it was an aha moment of, okay, I can still play intramurals.
Yeah.
I can still go on the football field and do what I need to do, but this is not the career for me. Hey, I'm only 5'9" and some change anyway.
You know?
So, at some point it's gonna end. I gotta, set myself up. And then the other aha moment for me was um, having kids young
Mhm.
and being thrust into a different season of life. Of it's not about me anymore.
Right. Yeah.
I've got to actually start thinking about the future, not just of me, but of my offspring as well. So the aha moment is man, it's nothing like that type of aha moment, but those are the things, man. You just, man, and you just reflect on life, and hey,
Yeah.
I gotta do what I gotta do. So
Now that's real, man. Sure, aha moments can sometimes, for some people it can hurt them, and some people it be a light bulb where like it could be your greatest day alive, right? And I know, like
yeah,
for
yeah,
like that green area, or not green, the gray area. Um,
yeah,
and of course, I wanted real bad to be an athlete. I wanted to do that. Or if I talk about singing, sort of the same thing. All of my college days, high school, I had singing groups and all of that, and was on the verge of getting signed, and had to make a decision that ultimately would either make or break whatever the situation was. And again, God had other plans, man. So
yeah.
with that, my next question was, we kind of talked through the aha moment and how we had to adjust with that. Did that make you have to start adjusting your goals and how you approach your goals?
Yes, yes. It well, first it changes your
And
goals.
yeah, I was yeah, great. Yeah, there you go.
It changes your goals. So I'm when I got to, man, when I graduated high school, it was, I don't want no D3 offer. I don't want no D2 offer. Hey, I want to go D1. So I'm gonna go up here, walk on. I'm gonna give me a scholarship. I'm gonna shine. Then I'm gonna go to another D1, even bigger. I'm gonna play Big 12, Big 10 football, and I'm gonna make myself a name. But when life hits you in the face and you get humbled,
Yeah, you gotta take
that's
it.
that's the key word. When you get humbled, you gotta hit it. Hey, it's gonna hit you right in the nose,
Yeah,
and that's where you find out what type of person you are. If you're gonna actually be motivated to get out and make something of your life, or you gonna,
yeah,
sit there and pout and just,
that's good.
not be anything. So Yeah.
I was about to say, I think my aha moment, the one in college, I feel like, well, they both were in college, but the one at UNT, it really like changed my focus. It made me like more focused, laser focused in a sense of like, because I think I don't know, because again, it literally woke me up having that conversation with my like coworker. Like, it's like when you're in college, I don't know what it is like, because I can literally say this, like when you're in college, you're just like, oh no, I'm in college, I'm doing my thing, like I'm gonna graduate, I'm gonna get a job.
Right.
Like, it's just that
And
simple.
I'm
It's
happy.
just that simple. But in the grand scheme of things, having that conversation with him made
Mm,
me realize, like, no, it's not that simple, bro. You gotta work for it like you work for anything else. Like,
Yeah.
the job
Yeah.
is not just gonna fall in your lap. You gotta
yeah,
go out there and grab it and get it.
yeah.
So again, I was like, all right, these are the steps I need to take to get to where I need to go.
Hmm. That's real. Yeah, that's good,
Yeah,
man.
because honestly, I feel like that's a big misconception on a lot of college campuses. It's like, oh, I'm gonna get the degree, I'm gonna be fine, and then I'm gonna be good, and I'm gonna go find me a job. Where it's like, nah, you got
Nah,
to connect with your fellow colleagues that are already there. You got to go to those orgs, keep connecting. You got to
Yeah.
connect with your professors.
mm,
Like you on the hustle 24/7 to get where you need to go. If you
24/7.
if you don't come from those connections already, because again, some people already do have those connections that do have it made like that, but coming from where we come from, that's not
yeah,
that's not the option.
It's not the case.
yeah.
It's not
No,
the
that,
case. And being in Denton, you get stuck in Denton for 5, 6 years anyway. So you might as well make the best of what you got. I don't
Yeah,
know what it is about UNC, but when you get to UNC, it like you get stuck, and only the real ones can make it out and not transfer because Denton is something else.
yep.
yeah. I can say the same for PV, man. Sure, you got that PV, you have a good time. Yeah, and young, sure, is either you can't get out or you don't want to get out, and and
Yeah.
Yeah,
you like
yeah,
you
yeah.
said, like I
Yeah,
said,
yeah,
you gotta
yeah. PP's a good
focus.
time. He was nice. Yeah, he was
Yeah,
nice.
is it like laser focus, man? All right, so we're gonna jump to the next question. Y'all, my brothers here, both of y'all, recently have had, well, I guess not so recently, but recently have had y'all first boys. Both of y'all got your boys. My boy Miles just had one a few months ago. He just a few months old, and then Jeremy got a 4-year-old. Of course, we know that Jeremy has other kids, and shout out to all of my grand nieces out there. But
All of them, because I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to
I
hear
already
nothing.
know my nieces out there. But again, just with our topic and our story of becoming from boys to man, this is a pivotal moment, becoming a father to someone who will be eventually become a young man, right? Um, so with that, I know I always say, man, I'm not ready to have kids, man. I ain't ready for that at all. Um, do you feel like that there's ever a moment that you will be ready to raise a son?
You want me to go, Jeremy? Jeremy, you.
For me,
Yeah.
oh, I'll just go. It's different. It's different than raising girls. Um, Girls are it's all about love. It's all about being patient. It's all about feelings, and it really digs in your heart, and you get emotional. But when that boy comes, it's a sense of pride. It's a sense of accomplishment. It's just like your chest pokes out a little bit more because this is my son. This is
It's your little
um it it's it's hey, that's my boy. But every day is a learned lesson because not only are we trying to get them to not make the same mistakes that we made, but we're also trying to guide them in a different way that we were guided.
mm,
So we have to make sure that we are, um, strategic in how we approach things. I
mm,
can't. I have to realize that I can't treat my son the same way I treat my daughters. Of course, I'm gonna give you love, but I can't. Your discipline is a little bit different in structure wise because I have to make sure that you don't grow up to make the same mistakes. That you have the knowledge. Make sure that you have the knowledge
think
Is it?
your mic went out a little bit, Jeremy.
Yeah, I was about to say. I don't.
Parties and
Okay.
Jeremy, your mic went out, brother.
uh, yeah,
I think it's a lag. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine, Miles.
Okay. Okay.
Jeremy, he's still going.
Spit. He's spitting the gospel right now.
Nah, Hey, your mic went out. It's muted now. Yeah, man, yeah, that's that Wi-Fi, boy.
For sure.
All right, so while you figure that out, we're gonna jump to Miles. Yeah, yeah.
And that's such a loaded question too. You know what I'm saying about fatherhood and everything like.
I still gotta ask the next question about it. So,
That's such a loaded question now. But you talking about raising a son. I mean, like Jeremy was like, so eloquently putting,
mm-hmm,
like, I mean, it's my first, he's my firstborn. So
mm-hmm,
like I don't know what it means to have a daughter yet, which I do hope to experience. But yeah, with my boy, it's just like, man, it's I got my boy. Like, I mean, I know grown men that don't even have sons, you know what I'm saying? So it's just different. And I mean, I'm just still trying to figure it out. But I will say, as far as fatherhood, like Jeremy said at the very beginning, like I've never been so, because again, I've always been a thoughtful person. I've always thought about things through. But
yeah,
man, fatherhood, thinking about my son and how I want to raise him, like I've never thought so much in my life. Like
right,
again, it's not about me no more, which is something I have to grasp, because again, I've been only child. It's always been about me and everything like that. But now it's all about him. And
yeah,
so it's just, there's so much that I thought I've given to it, and then thought on top of that thought on top of that thought. So it's just a lot, just trying to get a grasp of it, because again, this is my first one, so this is my first rodeo. So
yeah.
we still trying to figure things out around here.
Shout out to Michaela. I know she held it down.
Yep.
So, with that, we kind of already kind of dug into it already, but like with having your son, and again with the things that I think we can hear you now, Jeremy. But the things that we have seen, um, is there something specifically that you want to make sure to embed into your son?
I think for me, first and foremost, because again, if you know me, kind of know my story, the best thing I can give him is me,
Right.
being there, my time, things of that nature. I think, because I've thought about it, I've gone in circles, done the wheel about what's most important, things about that, things of that nature. But I think me just simply being in his life, knowing that I got his back,
Mm-hmm.
knowing that I'm not gonna miss none of his events,
Yeah.
knowing that I'm gonna be his biggest cheerleader. I think that's the biggest thing I can give my son. And again, the lessons will come and everything like that. Because again, I think that's another thing, is going through life with some type of plan. Because, hey, listen, your
Yeah.
boy was freestyling, okay?
Hey,
every year of my life was a new freestyle, okay? So the guidance and then just being there, I think those are the two biggest things I want to just harp to
yeah,
him. And again, it's just like coming to me, like that wasn't available to me. Like, just come to me, ask me questions,
yeah,
like just talk to me.
yeah. And Jeremy, the question, I don't know if you had heard the question, but you know that there's a lot of things that you want to make sure to, be and guide your son through. But is there
right.
this one thing that you want to make sure to embed in your son?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, you could.
Okay. Um, I think the main thing is like Mom said, just know my story, um, and to really just embrace being a boy. Like it's so easy these days to get caught up in sexual orientation and these type of things, but like enjoy being a boy. Not worry about all this other stuff. Let's enjoy being a boy. Let's grow. Let's have fun together. Let's get dirty together. Whatever you want to do, let's do it. I'm gonna be there for everything, be there every step of the way. I'm the guide for you. This is what God gave me. So man, it's exciting. I know you see the joy on your face because I love it, but it's beautiful, man. It's just beautiful.
Yeah, yeah. We already know you've been harping on wanting to have your boy for a long time. That's why you
Yeah.
kept trying and trying and trying.
I did. I did. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. I had to. I had to.
Oh man, so with like so much knowledge or the access to knowledge in the world today, or like knowledge and negative knowledge, right? Like there's so much access to stuff.
Yeah.
All the social media is easy, you know what I'm saying, getting on Google, whatever it is, right? Um, do you have a plan of how you want to make sure to navigate what he I guess like in a sense idolizes or what he looks up to? You know, when we were young, you know what I'm saying, we didn't have access to all of this stuff. You know, I didn't know about Diddy like that. You know, I
Right.
knew
Yeah.
bumping videos and you know he was singing about girls and so that's what I wanted to do. You know, or
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
Athletes and things like that, you didn't have full access to know their personal lives and or who they truly are. You know, we just knew who they were faking to be when we saw them for that 30 minutes on the screen, right?
Right.
um with the different level of knowledge nowadays, and you know it's new to us too, where we're adjusting and learning what we need to set a boundary that we are looking at or what we're allowing to feed into our spirits. You know, with having a son, is there a plan of Jeremy? Yeah, well, Miles, is there a plan or like a, is that something that you consciously think about? Like, does it make you kind of nervous or?
I was about to say, I would say I'm not sure about like as far as the internet goes, like what he can look up. I haven't thought about that, but I have thought about like just the topics
Yeah,
at hand that are like just floating around in the air that could come about. But I feel like for me, one thing that I think me and my wife are both lock and step on is just like we want to raise him like how we were raised. Like he not finna be no iPad kid, like because I think it starts literally at that foundation where it's just like, oh, well, here's my iPad. Let me just scroll the internet. You know what I'm saying? Where it's just like, hey, son, let's go outside and play catch, or not even play catch. Let's just go outside. Let's go to the park. Let's go on a walk. Let's do something. Let's just be active. And again, I know you can't do that 24/7. He's gonna have downtime and stuff like that. Hey, man, read a book. Do something else. Like again, keep it to like again. I know you can't because we're getting in a different age and time to where they have to be
that
uh have that, and they have that in schools. They have iPads in school and stuff like that. But it's just like, okay, but we want to teach you like this is what you need to, you know what I'm saying? And then when you're talking about celebrity doing background checks essentially on these people, it's just like, hey, like you don't need to idolize nobody that you don't know.
yeah,
You,
yeah,
you don't need to idolize. Hey,
Right. Yeah.
look at your Uncle Calvin, look at your auntie, look at
yeah,
your mama, look at your daddy. You don't gotta be us. Look at what your grandma did. Look
Yeah.
at look at all these people around you that are tangible that you can talk to. You don't
yeah,
need to go to the internet to find out or look to because again, yeah, but you don't need to look to other people outside of your family or business people that I may work with or other people may work with, things of that nature. You don't need to look outside of that.
yeah. No, it's real. Yeah, yeah. Okay,
Agreed.
man. On
Agreed.
the version of
Agreed.
it, right?
Say that again.
Did you hear the question fully? I know you had cut out for a
Yeah.
second.
Yeah. 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 I got it. Yeah. I fully agree with Miles on that. It's having the mindset, keeping the mindset in the right way, in the right area, like
Yeah,
pushing them towards academics is very important. Let's get academics down. Let's learn how to read.
yeah,
Let's learn that there's more than just looking at a screen. Like there's nature outside. There's grass. There's bugs. There's animals. You have to get your kids into something else that can occupy to increase their brain capacity because uh, we live in a hot stove, you know, society today, and everything is just at your
yeah,
fingertips. We were outside. I know y'all were outside. We talk about how long we done each other. Y'all was outside,
all day.
um, and all day, every day.
Yeah,
So I know, kids. It's a little bit different now because of the things that go on in this world. You try to protect your kids from the things that can happen to them, but us as parents, if we can stay active with our kids and go
mm-hmm.
outside with them. A lot
Yeah,
of people don't want to go outside with the kids, don't want to play with them, don't want to do those type of things. We as parents, we have to stay, energetic with our kids and show them that there's more to life than work, than work and coming home and just relaxing. Like we have to give them another alternative to life other than just go to school, come home, and watch TV for the rest of the day. You know, like we've got to do something different. And um, I just think about society today and what things are happening in the world that we can't allow our kids to be involved in. You
Yeah,
know, molestation and
yeah,
kidnapping. People are getting kidnapped left and right. It's okay to scrape your knee. You know, I can clean a scraped knee, but I can't clean, somebody snatching you up. That's a traumatic experience, but I can clean your scraped knee, you know.
All right, that was good, bro. That was good. Like you had mentioned, trying to show or making sure to show that to your kids that it's more to life than just going to work and coming home. Like it's real easy to get caught in that trap, bro. It is
Yeah.
so easy to
Yeah.
get caught in that trap, especially when it comes to energy, right? You getting exhausted all day, yelled at from a, you go from leaving your house as the man and going to somebody else's house and getting told what to
Right.
do. And come
Yeah.
home and don't want to deal with it no more. And you got to come home and still be the man of your house, right? Has
Yeah.
that was that something that you had to learn to do? I know, Miles, you kind of knew that now.
Right, right.
You still adjust and learn how to do. Um,
I think you always adjust and learn how to do it, to be honest with you.
yeah,
You get to a point. I mean, leading is not easy.
mm,
Leading is not easy. And being a man, being a husband, is even harder. And being a father is man. Being a husband is something else. Being a
yeah,
father is hard in itself. Being a husband is something else. Leading a
yeah,
whole household. So you've got to be man. I know we talk about God and we talk about our faith. Man, you have to pray.
yeah,
You gotta pray. You gotta be prayed up. You gotta actually listen to what it says about being quick to anger, slow to speak. You gotta do those things in order for it to be successful. So, uh, man, I don't even know where my train of thought was going on that. But that I just had to get that out. I just
Hey,
had to get
but you
that out.
preaching, brother. You preaching. Amen. Okay.
But
Amen.
yeah, man, leading a household is something else. And I commend Miles. Being a young father, being a young man. You watching you grow up, watching you guys grow up. You guys, y'all have matured a lot.
yeah, yeah,
Matured,
Hey,
and
not
it's
too much
good to
on the
see
a lot.
because man, we was some people in this world. That's all I'm saying. I was like, we was some people in this world. But yeah, leading a house is difficult. You just got to make sure that you be honest. You just got to make sure you're being authentic,
yeah.
that you're expressing your feelings and not holding them in. Uh, those are just some of the attributes that I think about. You got to lead the right way. Got to keep God first and lead the right way as well.
That's what's up.
I was about to say, so yeah, like you said, Captain, I'm still new to it. So and again, I'm working from home right now. So that's a whole different dynamic in itself
Yeah,
because again, never because again, I just recently had to start like dropping them off and things of that nature. But just going back to perspective, I think perspective is literally he has changed my whole outlook on life. And if
Yeah,
I'm being completely honest, because I know people say that, but like now actually having them, like all I can think about is is my mom
uh,
used to work all day and then come home and I'd be like, dang, mom, what's up? Like I need this, that, and the third.
yeah,
And the energy it took out of her, and like now it is flipped on to me. And it's just like you don't get to turn off being a parent. I literally just told
oh,
one of my homies that like you literally don't get to turn off being a parent. So yeah, you're an employee for ESPN for this 8 hour shift, but you are still Miles the father during that 8 hour shift,
right,
after that 8 hour shift, and before that 8 hour shift. So
mhm,
it don't matter. So it's always on, and I feel like that's an adjustment that I'm still getting used
yeah,
to, but I am finding my footing in it. Like all right, like okay, cool, work is done. That's fine and dandy, but you still got work to do. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? So I say that. And then I forgot what Jeremy has said, but I want to backdoor on. But being a husband, leading things of that nature, we've already had conversations about that. Like it's just different. Where you're looked at as the lead, where you're looking someone people are looking at you to, like, have answers and stuff like that. So it's all just a constant, uh, ever growing thing. And so I think that's just my biggest thing, is like understanding that it's 24/7.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, it's 25/8. Okay, being honest. So
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
it don't never end. It's 25/8. It don't never end. And you owe that to your child, because again, I know a
Hmm.
lot of people say that your child did not ask to be here. You put him here, so now it's your responsibility. So
Yeah.
I at least owe that to him, to find that extra
Yeah.
boost to hey son, let's go. I know I didn't had a hard day's work, but let's go get some shots up at the park real quick. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's real. That's real. That's real right there. Yeah. Jeremy, you good? Yeah. I think you're back. You're good now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know. I made the comment about marriage. I guess I got kicked out for that, but so it happened.
Oh man. All right. So now we're gonna jump to the next question here, which is so as a man, right? So we've touched on, you have your life, and you guys are married and got your kids and all those other things. Um Setting boundaries, right? So this can be something in so many different areas, right? Family, friends, what you do, vices that you use, coping mechanisms, things like that, right? Um, how do you approach boundaries?
Mm.
How, as a man, right? And just to kind of give some context there, right? Again, we all grew up together, and we all know, how back in the day, maybe we boundaries we did have, or boundaries that we didn't have, right? Just kind of what Matt said earlier, just kind of freestyling, just kind of going with the flow,
Yeah.
doing whatever, right? But now that we're men, I think Miles, I think you officially are 30 now, so we 30 and up. And everything
Welcome
literally,
to the club.
yeah, welcome to the club. We now, like, there's real consequences for stuff,
Yeah.
And back in the day, sure, if something may go our way, it may end in a fight, maybe ended in somebody getting cut off, or etc. Right? And in as being a man in the stage that we are right now, those things actually come with a consequence. Actually cutting someone else, you may lose actually genuine relationship. Or if you fight, go to jail or something like that, right? How do you handle or navigate setting boundaries that are healthy and that are for the betterment again of two fathers who have kids now, or and wives that you have to come home and lead. And like Mal said earlier, like they looking for you to have answers.
I was about to say, for me, I feel like it's understanding, like understanding not only the consequence, because again, I feel like as men, that's something that's literally buried in you from the beginning. Like there are consequences to your actions.
Yeah.
So I feel like, again, understanding those consequences, but also understanding what you need. Like understanding, again, I think this comes back to our leading and everything, being a husband, being a father. Like you have to wear multiple hats. So it's understanding what you need from your family, from your
Yeah,
friends,
yeah,
and then relaying that message. Because again,
Right.
you can't set boundaries for if you don't understand what you need from that relationship or friendship or anything of any of those that the time that you spend with those people. Because it's like, again, what am I setting a boundary for if I don't even know what it's about? So I feel like understanding the consequences and understanding yourself is the first step to setting boundaries. Because again, like Jeremy said, like being a husband, being a father, being a worker, like you got to wear so many hats. And it's just like,
I wear a
all right,
lot of hats.
let me take a step back. This is what Calvin. Hey, bro, I know we used to go out all day, every day, but listen, bro, I'm on a set schedule now, so
yeah,
I'm gonna get you. Don't worry, it's all love, brother. That
yeah.
we may not spend as much time, but don't worry, it's we gonna get it when we get to it. But again, it's just like understanding, and then I'll say I've had a lot of understanding people in my life to where it's just like, bro, don't even worry about it, because I'm coming back around like, hey, bro, I got it. They like, bro, you just had a kid. We not even worried about you right now.
It's been an income.
So I think it's just the understanding part.
Yeah, that's what's
Yeah,
up.
I agree. I agree. It is understanding. Understanding, like you said, understanding just what you need from people. And understanding. that you have other priorities other than people.
Mm,
Um, Health is important. You have all of these things that you have to kind of think about for yourself now, that don't necessarily just affect you.
yeah.
um being a husband and a father, being a man, period, everything you do has a consequence, whether it be positive or negative.
Mm-hmm.
So setting boundaries. Hey, I can't go out with you and get drunk tonight. I know we did that 10 years ago, but we
Mm-hmm.
can't do that no more. If I get drunk now, I hey, I got a car.
Yeah.
This may be, I may need this car next week to get to work. My child may need this car for me to pick them up to get home. Like, you have to think 10 steps ahead in every situation. And when you do that, you create a realm around yourself to where you have an understanding of, okay, I know I can't call this person because they on some nonsense today. They always gonna be on some nonsense. They've been on nonsense for 15 years.
Yeah.
So I can't do that with you. I love you from a distance. Hey, I might have to cut you off.
Yeah.
That's just the season of life that I'm in right now. Like you said, yeah, I agree. You have to know that everything has a consequence. You
Yeah.
have to you have to know everything has a consequence.
And then I would say a big thing for me and what I'm still trying to get better at is also articulating what I need from people.
Mm,
Because again, the old adage, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And
Yeah.
again, if you're just being like short and stuff like that, like, I think for me, again, maturing, growing up, I felt like everybody didn't need an explanation. But now it's just like, hey,
mm,
bro, let me explain to you why. Like, and again, I don't have to explain myself, but again, Calvin, you my boy. I want to let you know, bro, it's love. But I got X, Y, and Z that I'm juggling right now.
That's good.
So it's just, again, I feel like that's been the biggest thing for me, is just like communicating better as well, articulating what I need, and not only just setting boundaries, but just, where I'm at.
Hmm. That's good, bro. Yeah. Healthy communication is just something real,
Yeah.
right? I ain't gonna
yeah,
kid my wife or nothing like that, but I've been learning that too, right? Healthy communication is real, real important. And it
it
kind of
is.
something y'all had mentioned, right? In setting your boundaries and all those things, you also have to learn yourself to know what boundary you need to set for yourself. And I'm in one of them real big phases right now of truly like learning self and what was healthy for me. What coping mechanisms I have that I didn't realize were coping mechanisms. They were almost second nature for me to do, and I would consider that was me. That was self, but nah, it's not. So in mentioning that, was it a phase of your life that you had to go through? I think we all kind of have a different this kind of story in that regard, right? So Jeremy, you had kids young. A lot of your time you probably didn't really get to focus on self. You know what I'm saying? And then Miles and I, we went almost 30 years and I ain't had I still ain't got none. So I'm still kind of freedom to figure out self. Um,
Yeah,
but Miles, you kind of hit that line now to where it's like, okay, Lil Mamba is the focus now. So, what challenges did you see yourself going through, or did you have to navigate through, or what phases did you like? Was it that aha moment that made you say, "Hey, my stuff right now," or was it you were in sort of a building block and you went about it in a healthy way? What
yeah.
what's your story in that regard?
For me, it was having to. I mean, I had to mature. Um, I'm not even gonna lie. I was selfish. It was, hey, I was like, why not me? Hey, what about me? What about me? And the older you get, the more you see that it's not about me. Hey, it ain't been about me for so long. So, but you still have to take a temperature on yourself. You gotta know when you're exhausted with life. Life can be exhausting. You have to take time to yourself, and it's finding that balance between being the mature adult
Yeah,
and also being the mature person in yourself to know, hey, I need something for me right now.
yeah,
going hard for the family, going hard for the kids because this is a responsibility versus, hey, I want to chill today. I need an hour. I need 2 hours of a nap to recharge myself.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, the aha moments for me
Mm,
was really the kick in the butt that I needed to mature. I
yeah,
mean, it was time. It was time to mature. It was time to grow. It was time to find something, do something different than what you've been doing. Get out your comfort zone, and really embrace life. Life can be fun. Life is what you make it. People say. Um, you're gonna have obstacles. You're gonna have challenges. You're gonna go through things, but um, it is what it is, man. I'm still alive. I'm 37. Who
yeah,
would have thought I would say I'm 37 and got kids and
yeah.
been married and all of these things that I did not see myself here at 37. This is not where I saw myself, but I thank God every day for where I am. I love it. I love life. I
Yeah,
love life now. It's embracing it. I see white teeth smiling all the time. It's
yeah.
beautiful. It's beautiful.
That's what's
Nah, I was about to say, I really think like it's so cliche to say, but like I really think like honestly, like my wife coming into my life, like it's really crazy. Like, um, because and again, it's like okay, so it's crazy because Calvin, you remember what your mom told us about that post grad life, right? So that was at the front of the brain, front
yeah.
of the lobe of what was about to happen. But then God, like I said in my vows, in front of everybody, in front of God, in front of all the people that we love, it's like God sent it to me at the perfect time because, like, again, life was about to go like this to me, and it was gonna get a lot crazier than I had already seen. I already
Mm,
know that for a fact. It's
Man,
gonna get a lot crazier. But he was like, "All right, I'm also gonna put this woman down this path
yeah.
that you say you want, but do you really want it?
On
Because again, like you can say you want it, but like you can say you can be about that life, but are you really about that life? So and
that's
then I was just like, man, like I love her, like I can see myself with her.
mm-hmm.
I want to settle down with her. Like this, I think this is it, and I feel like ever since then, like
Right.
that literally changed everything to where it was just like, all right, like I gotta save up to get a ring. How we gonna get married? Like it really set me down the path of like, all right, I gotta get things in order, you
Yeah,
know. So
yeah,
I'd say
yeah,
that was um definitely the phase that took adjusting because again, like we have all stated multiple times, like we was outside, so and
I
everybody that knows us knows outside. So again, like it was just a shift that again I knew I wanted, but it was just like when it was gonna happen and everything like that. So
right.
I think yeah, I would definitely say yeah, as again, I know people may say it's cliche or whatever, but like really her like entering my life, it was just like I knew from jump like she was different, she was special, and then it was just like all right, bro, I need to get my act together because they always say that like a
yeah,
man not gonna change unless he want to change. So
yeah. Nah, that's real, bro. That's real. And I agree with y'all, man. I agree. It was that moment, right, where it was like, okay, either you gonna lose it or you better get it together, right? Yeah, and
Yeah,
that definitely again probably like one of the phases I'm in right now too, right? Like realizing what I really want and knowing that my actions, like y'all said, that aha moment is really that's truly when we became boy to man. When you decided to make those decisions to be a better you, you know.
yeah.
It's getting close to 8 o'clock, so I got this one last question for y'all, man. Again, I really appreciate y'all brothers for hopping today,
no,
man.
for sure, for
For
sure.
sure.
It's always good chopping it up with y'all, man. I love y'all so much. Um, my last question is this: if you could write a letter, a book, or even write a song to the young you,
Wow.
so the young Jeremy, the young Mamba, the young Calvin, if you could write yourself a letter, a book, or a song, which would it be that you would do? Yeah, y'all already know my answer. But which one would which would it be, and what would the title of it be?
Mm,
Wow. Wow.
that's a good one.
Good in
That
there.
is a good one.
Take a second, yeah. Let's take a second. Take a second. Think about it.
I would definitely because again, a letter probably wouldn't do me no justice because if I'm writing to myself, I would just get going. So I definitely write a book
Mm.
for sure. I say that one for sure, not a title. And are we talking about the context of what we're telling ourselves?
Yeah. If if yeah, man, the title has to relate to the book, Miles.
And I'm just saying, like, oh, shoot.
So I'm gonna go first, just because, and I literally just wrote this question like right before we started, so I didn't have a premeditated answer either, right? So I'm thinking about it, but the only thing that keeps jumping in my head is saying, "I love you, bro."
Mm,
Like that's literally what my title is saying. Like that's the only thing that's jumping in my head to write to myself. And of course, mine would be in a song. Y'all know me, songbird. So I would definitely write a song to myself, and I think mine would be titled "I Love You, Bro."
mm, okay, okay. I'm gonna go. I'm more intimate. I want a letter to myself. I need a letter. I need to feel some words. But at the top it would be um, love yourself. You're stronger than you think you are.
Mm,
You're stronger than you think you are.
you're stronger than you think you are.
Yeah, because I
Real.
mean, just coming to the real. I'm gonna be honest. Coming to the realization this year, 2024, just coming to the realization that um, like I'm stronger than I thought I was.
Yeah.
Like I've gone through some stuff, and I'm stronger than I thought I was. It's a lot of stuff that I thought would break me that you know I've
Right.
been able to to live through, and to and on the other end of it, it's gonna be something glorious. So yeah.
Hey, to the top, man. Straight to the top.
I was about
Got
to say, I think the name of mine, again, I'm trying to think of like how it would flow, but it would definitely be something along the lines of like have faith and trust in him, or like trust in the process,
Mm,
trust in him.
yeah.
Cause I ain't gonna lie, man. I being
Yeah.
how I grew up, I love control.
Yeah.
I love control. I love knowing what I'm about to do, how I'm about to do it, things, how things are gonna pan out, things of that nature. So again, that's something he's definitely been telling me like, bro, you don't have no control over none of this. Okay.
I was about to
This
say you got a newborn, man. You man control, ah man.
and
Just
again,
wait,
it's hilarious
just
that you say that
wait.
I don't.
because I thought I had patience. I knew I had patience. I'm like, I didn't grew up. I didn't have patience. Ah, no.
Ah,
I have a
It's
new
a whole
level of
different
patience.
level.
right.
I have a new level of patience. But yeah, it would definitely be like
Yeah,
have faith, trust the process, trust in him, something like that, something along those lines. Because yeah, just to say, but I be in my head and be trying to control things, be trying to calculate how things about to go already when they ain't even shaking out and stuff like that. So
Literally, that's completely out of our control.
no,
yeah,
Out of our
yeah.
control. That's definitely not. That was actually a really good point, man. It's definitely one of the things that I'm like, man. It's like you said, you want to control the situation so bad, but when
yep,
you can't force how anything moves except for yourself. You
Yeah.
yep,
yourself, and even at that, you if you're not choosing the right source of how you moving, you won't be able to control that either. you know,
Nah, you won't.
yep.
That's true.
That's a
source,
fact.
That's true.
the only source that will give you the desires of your heart, but only if it is in His will.
Yep.
Right, right. See, I see you learning something. You done learned something.
You
You
know,
know, I think I said that. I think I said that like a month ago. You know what I'm saying? I just want to point that out. I
you
think I
did,
said that
you
like a
did,
month
you did, you
ago.
did.
Oh man.
But that
Yeah, this is great. Like we growing up is it's an adventure in itself, but trusting in God that having a faith system
yeah,
and trusting in God that He's gonna make everything all right is it's the it's the bee's knees, as they say. It's the bee's knees.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to say, and it's just like, man, because it's like, it's like hilarious again. Like I remember my cousin was like, man, oh, because again, just trying to plan it out, like, because he's asking about me and my wife, when y'all plan on having kids? I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, like in like a year and a half, like the end of next year, this, that, and the third. And he's like, oh, well, I hope it's an accident. I said, dang, bro, like, why you put that on me? Like, and sure enough, like, that's like, he
Oh
came a couple
man.
months early because we had planned to, to start trying stuff. And he was just like, oh, nah, bro, like, forget that timeline. I'm
Yeah.
here. I'm here. And so again, it's just another one of those, like, you could try to control stuff, but like, and his timing is everything. So
Yeah.
like we said, just leading with him, like being like, I think that's the number one thing for me, is just like leading the household through with him, not
Yeah.
even myself and everything like that. So I think keeping God first is everything, because again, I thank him every night. I'm like, thank you for my son, because I'd say like that's something that isn't talked about. It's just like, like he could not have made it through everything. You know what I'm saying? Everybody couldn't have made it whole out of this experience. So I thank you for both of them healthy and whole. Because I feel like
Yeah.
that was my answer every time everybody asked me, well, what do you want? I
Yeah.
said, a healthy and whole baby. I don't care if it's a boy or a girl. I want it healthy and whole. So I thank him every night that both of them made it out, and everything like that. So
Man, that's what's up, man. Again, we are right at 7:58. So here, man. I really, really appreciate my brothers for hopping on. This was very fruitful, man. I gained me some knowledge. Again, it's always fun talking to y'all. Y'all my boys. Do y'all just wanna give your last little tidbit if you got anything?
Go ahead, Miles. Go ahead. Go ahead,
I was about to
senior.
say,
Go ahead,
hey,
senior.
listen,
You got some
man, hey, listen, Calvin. You know what I'm saying? I know you had mentioned it earlier, brother. And like I said, man, once you find you a nice woman, man, hey, listen, it don't matter. Like, just let that, like, him being here is probably the best thing that happened to me. I'm not even gonna lie. He be
I be telling him. I be trying to tell him. Be trying to tell him.
he stressed me out. He keep me up, everything. But at the end of the day, I be like, dang, that's my son. Though I love that boy. I love him. Love
Oh no, what y'all talking about? Nah, I ain't for none of that.
him. because because
It's gonna come. It's gonna come. It's gonna come.
yeah, because
It's
you
gonna
talk about
come.
when I'm ready and stuff like that.
Nah,
But you
nah.
never ready. That was some of the best advice I got. You never ready.
See. I tried
You
to
never
tell you.
ready.
You ain't never ready. You
You
ain't never
never ready.
ready.
You can be more ready than you not though. Sure.
You right now. You right about that. You right about that. You right about that.
Yeah.
That's
But
true.
Yeah, because you never ready. Like, and you could do all the planning and stuff. Oh, I need more money. Like, you always gonna need more money. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, nah, greatest thing ever. Because yeah, that's my boy.
we're happy over here. For sure, man. So again, guys, this been fun. Yeah, we got one more minute. I'm gonna give one more shout out again to Touching You Talk Show. Eldris Sheila Black, we thank you again for allowing us to use your platform. Again, just to share some love, man. That's all we did right here today, man. We just shared some love. That's ultimately what we want to do in the crazy world today, right? Would you say it's a hot stove world right now, and us brothers need to come together and just share love with each other, get some good love and some fun laughs, and talk about coming from a boy to a man. We all seen each other, and like Jeremy said, man, we've all matured so much, we've grown so much, and back then we wouldn't be sitting here having a conversation. We'd be outside and something else. So very happy that you guys, decided to hop on today, Miles. You made it just on time, so thank you for joining, and just right on time. Uh, but, again, no, for real though, thank y'all, thank y'all, and again, thank you again,
We appreciate
Taylor Black. Uh, so this has been an episode of Talking to You Talk Show. We love y'all. Peace.